So welcome today. This is our second lesson. We started last week. I took you through the French alphabet, introduction to French, the French alphabet. We talked about the 26 letters, and of course, I took you through the introductory part of this language, what is expected, and remember telling you that it is very important for you to master the French letters. And we are going to link what we did last week with today's topic. As you've seen, I've posted on the portal pronunciation, okay? How do you pronounce words in French? So when you talk about pronunciation, those are letters coming together to form a word. That word is supposed to produce a certain sound. So basically, by the end of this lesson, I expect you to read or try to read anything in French, because today we are going to sum up the topic about pronunciation. Now, that's a combination of both consonants and the vowels. So remember I told you the vowels are very important. They dictate the sound over consonants. So remember we have got the simple vowels, compound vowels, and of course we talk about the French semi vowels. So we are going to just revisit what we did last week, and maybe at this point, maybe just to ask you just to try to pronounce the French alphabet as we learned last week. Go ahead.
A, B, C, D, A, F, G, H, I,
Good.
I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, E, S, F, K, V, W, X,
How do you
Y.
say? Now I didn't hear you. So we say.
Sorry?
Can you start again?
A, B, C, D, A,
E,
E, F,
F.
Y,
Yeah, good.
H,
Ash. Ash.
F, F,
I.
G,
G.
K,
K.
K, L,
L.
M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, K, U,
U.
V,
U. B.
W, X, Y, Z.
Z. Okay. So we say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I take that again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. I take them again at a slow pace. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So those are the French alphabet, both the consonant and the vowel. So we also talked about the French vowels. Simple vowels are compound vowels. So I say that simple vowels are A, E, I, O, U, just like you were taught. A, E, I, O, U. So we say A, A, letter, we say E. But now here we say A, E, I, O, U. Then I did also inform you that U, the letter Y and letter E are the same, like you say I. So E, Y are the same, okay? Then we say Y. So the Y, the E, the letter I will say E. So E and Y are the same, okay? So also take note. So those are the what we call the French simple vowels, okay? French simple vowels. Now, under the simple vowels, one thing I also told you last week is that the only vowel which is silent, the only vowel which is not pronounced is which letter? Letter A. It is not pronounced when it's the final letter in, when it is the final letter in a word. It is not pronounced when it is the final letter in a word. So if you have a word that ends with letter A at the end, then we say that letter is silent. So we talked about, we are talking about le voyelle. I'm going to share my screen so that you follow what I'm talking about. Le voyelle. Okay. I believe you can see the screen now.
Yes.
Good. So le voyelle, we have that is French, so the French vowels, okay? Les voyelles. So when we talk about vowels, so we talk about simple, we talked about simple vowels, okay? Simple vowels. So simple vowels are, we said A, E, I, okay, O, U. Then we say also Y, okay? A, E, I, O, U. So those are simple vowels. So under these simple vowels, I say that the only vowel which is silent is this letter. This is the only vowel which is silent, okay? The only vowel which is silent, not pronounced, okay? That's the only vowel which is silent, meaning not pronounced. So we said it is silent when is the final letter in. When is the final letter in? in a word. It is silent when it's the final letter in a word. So for example, when you say, just a minute. So for example, when you have a word like, how will you read that word?
A chop.
A sharp, C-H. So we say a sharp, a sharp, okay? A sharp, a sharp. How will you read that?
A call.
A call, very good. How will you read that? Just a minute, let me correct it. It should be so again. Bear with me, the machine is a bit slow. So how will you read that?
A call, college.
College, okay? College, okay? That?
Salad.
Very good, salad. So you see, we don't say a sharpe, we don't say a cole, we don't say college, we don't say salade. Why? That E at the end is silent. So all those words, even if you add letter S, it will still be pronounced what? The same. Are we together? So for example, you have a word like, how will you read that?
Tomato.
Very good, tomato. So you see the ES is still silent. So introduction of letter S or addition of letter S, if I may say so, does not bring any change when it comes to the pronunciation, okay? So that is that. So we said, when is it not silent? We said it is not silent when it has what? When it has the acute accent. You see that? When that letter E has the acute accent, when that letter E has acute accent, then it is pronounced, okay? So like, how will you read that word?
Unite.
Very good, very good. Unite, okay? Unite. How will you read that?
Parley.
Parler, parler, okay? Parler, okay? But how will you read that?
Not.
Not, not note. Why? Why not note?
It doesn't have an accent.
It doesn't have an acute accent. That is well said. Well said. But you see, if I wrote it like this, then we will say what? Note. You see that? Note. So we also said when it is followed by the ER, so we say that it is also still pronounced when it is ER, okay? When it is ET, when it is EZ, right? EZ. So meaning it is pronounced the same just like with the E accent. So meaning all this egal what is pronounced like what? The acute accent. So examples we have, for example, when you have a word like that, okay? So how will you read that verb or that word?
Parallel.
Pa?
Parallel.
Parler.
Parallel.
Parler, good. So you see, it is pronounced the same as the one with the acute accent. So the only letter which is silent there is what? Letter R. So parler, we also say that the same parler, okay? So I think that is well understood. So please note when letter E is not silent, when the final letter in a word one, when it has acute accent, it is pronounced, or when it is followed by the letter T, Z, and R after it. So it means that that point it is not silent. Then we also say that a consonant generally, most of the words, generally a consonant is only pronounced when there is a vowel after it. So meaning that when you have the final letter in a word is a consonant, most of the word, that consonant will not be pronounced unless there is a vowel after it, okay? So for example, when you say a word like so you have a word like so that is read as
Read. Read.
Paris, okay? Paris, Paris. Not Paris, we say Paris, okay? So that is that. Then we talked about the compound vowels. Do you remember them? Compound vowels. So we said compound vowels is where we talk about a combination of more than one vowel to produce one sound. So we talked about EAU, okay? We talked about AU. We talked about EU. So all those produce the sound what? O, right? Then we talked about RE, which produce the sound what? A. We talked about OI, which produce the sound wa. We talked about UI, which is the same as OUI. So all that is pronounced as what? As we. So please take note of those compound vowels as far as pronunciation is concerned. So I've said the first three are pronounced the same, more or less the same. So it is O. Then RE is pronounced just like the acute E accent, letter E with acute accent. So this one is pronounced the same as that. This one, the three, I like making it simple. So this one, produces the sound more or less the sound O, okay? The sound O. This one is pronounced as wa, okay? These ones are pronounced as we. That is what we said last week, right? So any question? The reason why I was reminding you of this, we are going to link this with what we are going to do now, okay? Pronunciation, okay? So at this point, allow me to share that. I believe you can see the French word pronunciation. So French pronunciation, we say la prononciation. So we have got international phonetic alphabet. You see that? IPA means international phonetic alphabet. Any language has got that. So phonetic spelling, a phonetic spelling is that column as you go down. Then my interest is the sample words. You see the sample words and then the general spelling, the last two columns, sample words, general spelling. So I want you to read the first. Can you see what I've highlighted?
Yes.
Yeah, try to read them.
D.
Good.
Midi.
Midi.
Lit. Trees.
Are you supposed to pronounce letter T?
Lyrics.
No, I'm asking, are you supposed to pronounce letter T and letter Z in the last two words?
No.
Yes. So how do you read the third one? L-I-T.
Lir.
Li. Then the last one?
Ri.
Ri. So you see, we say V, midi, li, ri. Okay. Then the general spelling. So you see, I remember I told you letter Y and letter I are the same. So you can see E. So after letter V, the E, the letter A at the end is silent. Remember I told you the only vowel which is silent is letter A. So that we say V, not VA, V. We say midi. So remember, the only vowel which is silent is letter A. The rest are pronounced. So for example, if you have letter A as the final letter O as the final letter U as the final letter, then those letters are what? Are pronounced, okay? That's why we say midi. A consonant generally is pronounced when there is a vowel after it. So if we have got a consonant at the final letter or more than one consonant following each other, then those consonants are silent, except letter R is a unique letter which we'll talk about, we'll see as we move along. So we say V, midi, li, ri. So Y, E and Y, general spelling. So when you have a word with letter E or letter Y, remember the sound is what? Is E. E, okay? So as we say V, midi, li, and ri. Second one. The general spelling is letter U. So take note of this letter U. So how do you read those?
Ri. Ju.
Ju, yes, very good.
Tissue.
Tissue, very good. Then the last one.
Machine.
S. When this letter S between two vowels, the sound becomes what? Z. So how do you read it? Using. Very good. Using. So again here we are told letter the final ER. You see this? I want to check the third one. Under the third row, the third column, just under what you've read. I'm under the general spelling, what I'm highlighting. So you see here we are told the ER and the EZ. The final is pronounced as what? As A. And do you understand why this is AY? Let me just show you. what we were doing earlier on so that you connect. Remember I told you the RE is A. So this one, I'm going to equate it again with what? With Y. Do you understand why? Because Y is letter E. You get that? So that is why in this document I've shared with you on the portal, you can see we are told here the phonetic spelling. So the sound is what? The international phonetic alphabet is A. So phonetic spelling is Y, which is A. So we are being told all this combination there, they produce sound what? A. The final ER is pronounced as A, EZ as A. Remember what? Remember the ET. See, I gave you the ET. Allow me. You get my reasoning here. Where was that? Here, I talked about the ER. You see, EZ, and last time I think I also mentioned the ET. Pronounced as what? As A. So that is in order. So how will you read these words?
Blele.
Sorry?
Blele.
No, those are two different words. Let me not highlight.
Ble.
Ble. Good. Next.
Ne.
The third one.
Kaye.
Yeah, very good. Next.
Tie.
Yeah, you're doing well. Then O, the EU round. O, you see here on your left-hand side, the first column, International Phonetic Alphabet. So how will you read this word? So remember the general spelling, we have talked about this is O. AU, I said is what? Letter O. So how will you read those sample words you are given?
Jo.
Very good. Remember letter Y is letter E. I want to have that in mind. Letter Y is letter E. So how will you read that?
Use.
We say EO. EO. Remember the EU is O. So we say EO. Okay? EO are eyes. So when you use them with the articles, which we will be learning, so when you say les yeux are what? Eyes, the eyes. So we say EO. Next.
Q.
Now, we are going to learn here that when letter Q, in fact, you should note that somewhere. When letter Q and letter G, when letter Q and letter G are followed by letter U, the U is silent always. In French, we say when letter Q and letter G is followed by letter U, the U is silent, meaning not pronounced. So you consider the next word. For example, when you have a word like this, so remember the final of the U, QU produce the sound K. Okay. When you have a word like this, also, how will you read the first one? Considering U is silent. Considering U is silent. So how will you read it?
Quit.
Gid. So gid. The next one. It's one word. Gid what?
Tourist.
Here I didn't mention also we also talked about OU, we produce sound what? U. We produce the sound U. So how will you read this word?
Touristic.
Touristic. You see, you don't say touristique. So guide touristic, that's a tour guide, Guide touristic. Then that word, the next word.
Political.
Remember the QUE is produced sound is silent. The U is silent, E is silent. Then Q produce the sound what? K. So how will you read it?
Politic.
Politic, okay? How will you read that? Just a minute. How will you read that?
Tick.
Asiatic, okay? That is Asian, huh? So we say Asiatic, okay? Asiatic, good. So now we can go back to the document. So how do you read that word now?
Which one?
Just a minute. Yeah, this is where we were. You are supposed to read this word. See what I've highlighted? Q-U-E-U-E.
Cool.
We say que. We say que. Que, okay? La que, Q, line. So in French we say que. We say que, okay? Next.
Bleu.
We say que.
Bleu.
Le bleu, bleu. Bleu good. So we say je, we say il, we say que, bleu. Then remember the compound vowels. Look at the last column, the combination you are given there options. So A with the accent aigu, accent circumflex, that cacophia. Then combination A. Remember we said, just to refer you again, the last combination, just refer you again to my explanation about the compound vowels. Now we were told A produces which sound? A, right? So have that in mind, and then I'm going to invite you to read these words. Go ahead.
Which one? I'm not seeing.
You just be patient a bit. Yeah, we are there. Yes. Just under what you read previously. I want you to connect the last two rows. the sample words and the general spelling. That will really help you to understand. So you link it with what we have done as far as simple voice and compound voice are concerned, about which letter is silent, which is not silent, and when is it not silent, and when is it silent. So it's very important for you to know that. So, go ahead.
Let.
Is T pronounced?
Le.
Le. Good. The next one.
L. L.
L. L. Next.
Ballet.
Ballet. Very good. Next.
Rain. Rain.
Rain. Rain. Very good. We are done there. So moving to where you have what letters like this. So you see, look at the general spelling. Just a minute. So you see the general spelling on your far left, O attached with the E, then U. So the two are pronounced the same, we say O. Bonjour, Techno Pop A. Welcome to French class. Say something. I hope you can hear me. Hello? Oh, still joining. Hello, good morning. Techno Pop 1. Can you hear me? You can send us a chat. You can chat if you can't speak, but it's good to speak so that we move together. So gentlemen have said that the combination, those are compound vowels, the combination of the two produce the sound what? Okay? Like it is written as the International Phonetic Alphabet, then phonetic spelling, sample words, that's where we are, then the general spelling. So I want to just to connect the two, the sample words and the general spelling. General spelling will help you to understand how to read those sample words you are given. So kindly try to pronounce them, the four. Sir. Now, let me say something about letter R. Now, letter R is only silent when it is followed by letter, when it comes after letter E, okay? Letter R, you see, like, just like what I said here. You see here, I hope you can see what I've highlighted. Letter R is a unique letter. Most of the time it's pronounced, but it is only silent when it's the final letter in a word after letter E. But if it is, for example, you have a word like that, we were talking about pronunciation, that is read as par. The R is pronounced, okay? When you have that combination, it is read as what? As pour. R is pronounced. So here, the letter R is not silent. So we say sir, okay? Sir, next.
O.
Again?
Of.
Of, Next,
Le. Le.
fleur, flower. So sir is sister, of is egg. Then we say fleur, r, fleur. Then the last one?
Board.
Beurre, very beurre. So we say sir, of, fleur, beurre, okay? O-U-O, E-U-O. Next, letter A. So you can see general spelling, all of them produce the sound what? The sound A, okay? A. So how will you pronounce those words?
Shirt. Shirt. Shirt.
Is still pronounced?
Shirt.
Why? Why is it not pronounced?
Comes after a vowel.
Sorry?
It comes after a vowel.
Because it starts with?
It comes after a vowel. T.
My question is, why is T silent? What did I say about a consonant? A consonant is only pronounced generally. Apart from now, you see the uniqueness of letter R and letter F. So a consonant, most of the time, a consonant is only pronounced when there is a vowel after it. So if it's the final, if a consonant is the final of a word, then that consonant is silent. You get that? That's why we say now that word is said as what? As sha, not shat. But, how will you read that word?
Still. Shirt.
Shut.
Shirt.
Why? Why shut? Why shut?
The letter A doesn't have that accent.
Sorry? Come up again.
A. And then T comes after.
You are breaking.
Because T is not the last one. It's not the last in the word.
Okay, that's why we say.
Letter T doesn't come. Letter T doesn't come last in the word.
So there's a vowel after letter T, that is, right? And why is that E silent? The E at the end.
There is no acute accent.
There's no acute accent. Now, the second one, how will you read that?
Pardon?
How will you read the word just after what you've read?
Écouteur.
Eku, come up again.
Écouteur.
Écoutez. Why écouter? Why not écoute? Why écouter?
I think
You are breaking.
A vowel.
Yes, there's letter R after there's letter R after the vowel. So we said letter E is not silent when followed by letter R, letter Z, and letter T. So we say écouter, okay? Then how do you read that? How will you read it? Complete. Why complete? Why not complete?
An acute accent.
Yes, got an acute accent. That's what I call understanding. Okay. Just a minute. Let me check what is going on in the chat. Just a minute. Let me respond to this student who has a problem kindly. Yeah. Yes, gentlemen, we can proceed. We can proceed. Now, back to the document. Sorry. Back to the document. So we say sha. Continue reading.
Ami.
Good. Next.
Papa. Papa.
Papa. Good. Next.
Salad. Salad.
Sa
Salad.
salad. Salad. Now next we have got a. We say a longer, so you prolong it. It is a long a. So you don't say just a. We say a. Okay. Yes. So sample words you can see a and that the two. The last two letters final on the general spelling. Sorry. So try to read those words.
Which one?
Under what you've read. I'm here.
Ba.
Ba.
An.
Sorry.
An.
An.
Grass. Grass.
Grass. Grass. Next.
Shirt.
Chateau.
Chateau.
Chateau. Very good. Chateau. 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 Okay. Then the next one, OU is U. OU is U. Okay. OU is U. So how do you read those words?
Lu.
Lu. Good.
Ku. Ku.
Sorry. Ku. Yes. Ku.
Ku. Hello. Hello. Hello.
No. Remember ILL, as we're going to see ILL under the semi-vowels, ILLOU is pronounced as Y and Y is as E. So we say Kayu. Kayu. Okay. Then the last one. The last one.
Util.
Uti. L is silent, So we say uti. Uti. Not util, but uti. Then O, the last one. That combination. So how will you read those words, those sample words?
O.
O,
Do. O. Do. Yes. Do. Let's go. Oscar. Joe.
Escar.
Joe.
Now, when letter G, we are going to see this here. When letter G follow letter A and letter O, the two letters, letter A and letter O, the sound we say ga and go. Ga and go, so we say escargot. Note I've said when letter G's follow, with two letters, letter O and letter A, the sound is ga and go. Only those two letters, ga and go. So we say escargot. Then the last one.
Hotel.
Pardon?
Hotel. Hotel.
We say, can you repeat?
Hotel.
We say hotel, okay? Hotel. So that one you cannot say hotel. That one you cannot say hotel. We say. Yes, so we say o, we say do, we say escargot, we say o, hotel, okay? So as you've seen there, we have talked about both simple vowels and compound compound vowels. As far as the general spelling is concerned, so it's very important for you to note that, okay? Very, very important for you to note that. So that is that. Any question?
No question.
So we proceed. We are almost there. So you see, oh, you see that. So how do you read those sample words?
Soul.
Soul. Now this is a unique one. We say soul, huh? Soul. Okay. Soul. Soul means the ground, eh? The ground. For example, the ground. Eh? Soul. Then the next one.
Home.
Home. Next.
Cloche.
Cloche. Then the last one.
Horloge.
Horloge. Now remember, now you've remembered. Remember I told you the only time letter G, we say ga and go, meaning letter A and letter O. So we say horloge. So horloge is the clock, okay? Yes, good. Now we're in the last part, letter A. So here is where now I want to tell you those letters. So we don't say A, we say E. You see the letter coming after letter F, the letter coming after letter H, as we say ash. So we say fenêtre, not fe, like you say fenêtre. Let me, so that you can see me, webcam. Yes. So we say fenêtre, we say genou, not gay, but genou, OU is ou, genou. Then we say cheval, not che, but cheval. We say cerise. Now cerise is the cherry. I think there's a fruit called cherry. So that is cerise. Cheval is the horse. Fenêtre is the window. Genou is the knee. Goatee, okay? Yes, so that is that as far as the pronunciation is concerned. So you can see A is disappearing in modern French, being replaced with letter A. In fact, you see, there's A which is written, I always say it is the upside down one. So the sound remains the same. So remember, I told you we are also going to talk about the French semi-voice. That's where we are. French semi semi-vowels. So just write them down so that we proceed. Write them down. Lucas, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I've unmuted.
Tell us something.
Okay.
What have you learned?
Okay, it's hard right now because I've joined right now, but let me catch up with you.
Yes, where were you last week?
Last week, the classes were not accessible.
Mm-hmm.
So right now I'm able to access. Now I'm trying to catch up with the last topic that you taught.
Yes, you've seen the
Pardon?
recorded.
Pardon?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you clearly.
I think you're in a meeting. That place a bit noisy, eh?
Yes, I think. Let me.
Please,
Okay.
look for a place that you can concentrate. I know learning from home has got its own challenges, but
yes,
try as much as possible to minimize that so that also learning can also take place. Okay? So I was saying, I believe you can hear me.
yes, I can.
The class was recorded. Last week class was recorded. So I've already uploaded the recorded lesson on the total topic 1, where you will see me taking you through the course outline, and we talked about the French alphabet, which is very, very important.
Okay.
So
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Yes, you're a bit shaky.
Is it okay now?
Yes, it's okay. It's okay.
Are you using a headphone?
Pardon?
Are you using it or not? I'm asking you.
Yes.
Are you using a headphone or you are using the loudspeaker?
I'm using loudspeaker. I'm using a headphone. Sorry.
But the headphones will filter the noise because you should not be struggling to hear me. So I'm saying the class was last week. Most are posted on the podcast. It's about the same. And should you find any challenge, I'm sure you have my number now, right?
Yes.
Yes. So you are free to call me.
Yes.
And ask whatever you want to ask.
And what about this? The one which is going on right now?
It is being recorded.
So I'm going to find it on the page.
Yes, you're going to find it on the page after some hours of course, not immediately, because I have to upload it on the Ztech content. That's the university YouTube. Then what I'll be just through the link you can access the recorded lesson. But that one does not mean you are not supposed to attend classes because you're going.
Yes.
That one I will understand. For me, if you don't attend class, you will not qualify to do it. Okay?
Yes.
I'm sure no one wants to waste time. So remember, when you don't attend the required percentage for attendance, you simply repeat this unit and you pay for it. And I don't think any of us will do that direction. Mine is just to attend class. And this is a foreign language. You must be in class. Okay?
Yes.
So that we started from somewhere, and the foundation of this language is very, very important. So whatever we are doing today is directly linked with what we learned last week. So that's why maybe you may find some challenges as far as what we are doing is concerned, but all the same, I'm sure you will catch up with me. Okay, so welcome. And
Yes.
just to introduce myself again, my name is Dixon Ouma.
Yes.
I teach French. And
Okay.
I'm called Monsieur. That is the name.
Mm-hmm.
Dorcas who?
I'm Dorcas Wedera Mwangi.
Dorcas? Dorcas?
Dorcas Wedera Mwangi.
Dorcas Wedera Mwangi. Okay,
Yes.
this gentleman. Gentleman, can you introduce yourself?
Please.
Sorry. I'm Charles Gashanja Mtua.
Charles?
Okay.
Yes, did you get that, Dorcas?
Yes. Charles Gashanja Mutua.
Yes, so that is
Yes.
your classmate, and we are
Yes.
hoping that will join. So,
And yes.
you wanted
Sure,
to
if I
say-
may ask, I wanted to ask,
yes.
do we have the cards? Like, is it very soon or
The cat.
Yes.
The class just started last week. The cat, when you look at
Okay.
this outline,
Uh-huh.
look at this outline, it is well elaborated. When are you supposed to do the assignment? When are you supposed to do that? When are you supposed to, so you have two cards, cat one and cat
Yes.
two. You have the two assignments. That one does not mean that I'm going to limit you only to two assignments. You can do several assignments. But that one makes part of the coursework, which is very, very crucial. Remember, if you don't have the coursework marked, and then you have to exam, that is null and void.
Okay.
Yes, so that is so allow us to continue in case you want to ask a question. You just you can raise your hand, you can chat, okay?
Yes.
I see you have there's so many there, so I will ask yourself, I will ask you humbly how to mute yourself now that I've heard your voice.
Okay. Thank you.
And as the time and as the class goes on, I will invite both of you to put on your webcam so that I also know my students. Can you please allow me to, can you place your webcam so that I also know my students? Mutwa Gashanja. Yes, that is Mutwa Gashanja for you. Mademoiselle Dorcas. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
No, Dorcas is the one yes, now Dorcas Dorcas, I know for me, I've been seen more than enough. You are seeing me when you are not hearing me. So that is Dorcas Waidera Mwangi and Monsieur. So we say Mademoiselle Dorcas Waidera Mwangi and Monsieur Mutua. It is Charles, right? The name is Charles or?
Mtua.
Charles Mutua. Pleasure. So we can proceed now. You are at liberty to withdraw your webcam or to keep it on, depending on how you want it to be. So Mutua, tell the person disturbing you that you are in class. Tell that person that you paid school fees to concentrate. Asikusumbue hapo. Namuona. Yeah. Anyway, we can proceed. So basically, Dorcas, what we have been learning today, I started by taking Mutua through. That's how I normally teach. Once I teach, so next week it's a recap, spending a few times just to remind you of what we learned the previous week, so that you connect, because French is well connected. So as much as we talk of French 1, French 2, you must link them. A language is a language. You know, it's like a baby learning how to speak, you know. So you perfect it each day, but it must start from somewhere. So you really have to connect with what we have learned previously. So we started with the French alphabet last week. We talked about the French vowels. We talked about the simple vowels, compound vowels. And here today, we are talking about pronunciation now. You have a name. That name has got letters. Those letters come together to form a word. That word, Waithera, is made up of several letters to produce one sound, which is what? Waithera. You see that? So that is basically what we're talking about. So what dictates how? Why are we saying Waithera, not otherwise? So that's what we are talking about. That's what we are talking about here now. So that's where we started. And now I want us to move to the French semi-vowels. I believe you can see my screen, right? Waithera?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Yes. So French semi-vowels. So semi-vowels. So IPA means International Phonetic Alphabet. International Phonetic Alphabet, any language, whether your mother tongue, what language you speak, has got what we call International Phonetic Alphabet. So phonetic spelling, then we have sample words, then general spelling. So basically for me, I'm dwelling on the general spelling and then sample words, because by that it's very simple for you to understand this. So of course, this one you must link with what we did last time when we were talking about the compound voice. Remember the simple voice and compound voice. So simple voice are A, E, O, U, and Y as a then compound voice, we have got different combinations which produce just one sound, just like the simple voice. For example, if you have letter A and U, letter A for Atieno plus U for university. So the A and U produce the sound what? O. Okay? So when we talk about the simple vowels, so like you see here, Charles, can you try read these words? Remember I told you OI is wa, OU is u. So look at the general spelling. So try to read them. The three words given there.
Sorry?
I'm saying, can you read those sample words you are given there?
Yes.
I'm talking about, we are under the semi-vowels. Are you there with me? So I'm talking about this. The compound vowels. Remember general spelling we are told. What did I say about OI? OI, let me take you back. OI, I said it what? Is why. You see? Waithera, can you see this combination I've talked about here?
Yes, I can see.
EAU, OU, AU, EU are pronounced the same as what? As O. Okay? As
yes. O.
Then AE. A is pronounced as A. E acute accent and A is A. A for example, egg. Okay? Then
Yes.
I is one. Then I is U I, which pronounced as what? So, just I've asked you to read. So, whether you will have to mute yourself.
Yes.
Sorry, come up again.
Yes.
Which letter, can you spell what you are reading?
F W A S.
F-O-I-S. So O-I is what? So remember S is silent. So we say what? Fwa. Fwa. I hope you are getting me, eh? Fwa. other sample words of the same, we say foi. So, how will you do that? Whether?
Moi.
Very good. Okay. How will you do that?
La.
OI is wa. So we say
Loi.
lua. You see that? Lua.
Yes.
That?
Toi.
Tua. That?
Poi. Poi.
Puar.
Poi.
Puar.
Puar.
Yes. Puar. Okay.
So the ER is hua, or how do you pronounce that? That's the RE, the RE.
The
That's
E silent.
for
The R is what, the E is what is silent, so we say puar. Puar.
poor.
Sound is
Okay.
brr. Puar. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Then that?
Poisson. Poisson. Poisson.
You will understand when you go through what we talked about last week, but you are doing well already. We say poisson. Poisson. Poisson.
Yes.
Remember we say most of the consonant is only pronounced when there's a vowel after it, meaning that when a consonant is not followed by a vowel, then that consonant is silent. That's why we say this word is read as Paris, not Paris. We say,
Paris.
you have a clue. So we say foi. Then this letter I'd explain. So Charles, how do you read that word? O-U-I.
Oui.
We. So whether we means yes in French, okay?
Yes.
That word, you simply say we to mean yes. Then the last one?
Louis.
Louis. Yes, it's silent. That is, in English we say Louis. That's a name. So in French we say Louis. Okay? Then I've got UI, which I also explained here. We connect with what I was talking about here. I like making references here. See here. You see what I've highlighted? Okay, it's there. So UI, OUI is the sound what? We. So you can see what we are being told here. Again, what I've highlighted on the document. Just a minute, it's coming. Finally, we are there. So how do you read those sample words? Those two words. Louis. We just say Louis. Louis, then the last one? Swiss. Remember it's Swiss. Louis, Swiss. Yes. Here at the end is silent, just like the word Anne. Anne with E without E pronounced the same as Anne. So, but here I'm talking about Anne, like A-N-N-E. So read as what? Anne, not Anne. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand what I was talking about earlier, that when you got I-double-L, it's the same as letter Y. So that's why you can see you are given the two there. So letter Y is letter E in French. We say letter Y is letter E, is the same as letter E in French. That's where we started last week. So when you have a word that has got I then double L, is the same as Y. Remember, Y is the same as E. You see that? So if you have a word like this, Charles, can you try read that word?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Brille.
Brille, double L, brille. But here, when I come to that, how will you read it?
Yeah.
So the first one is brille, the second one is what? Double L, remember E at the end is silent, but double L becomes what? E. So we say what? Brie, okay? Brie,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Brille, brie, okay? But here, we say brillant, okay? Brillant. Brie, briller, brie, brillant. Then we say briller, briller. Is it ER and is it the first one, the last one, pronounce the same as what? I pronounce the same as what? As briller. Okay? So we have those sample words you are given there. The sample words you are given here. So having that in mind, how do you use them?
Array.
Array, very good. Array. Array ni maskio. Maskio, array. Next one. Array. Array. E. Ray. A. Remember we talked about A, E, O. Array, array. Then A, R we say array. Array, array. Okay? Any question?
No question.
No question.
Okay. Have you written these things down, the notes?
Yes.
Maybe you've been taking notes. But I want to go to something else with it. I expect you to read whether you know it or not, whether you understand it or not in French. What we call nasal vowel. So prepare yourself, because after this, I expect you to take a storybook, to take a newspaper, read from page 1 to the last page fluently in French. Then once you are done with the reading, God will send his angels to help you now understand what you've read. Nasal vowel. So please write what I'm going to dictate. Whether do you have a book there?
Yes, I have.
Must have a book and pen. So, you can now mute yourself kindly. So, I want to talk about the French nasal vowel, nasal sound. Remember, we've talked about the French alphabet, and when we talk about the nasal vowel, nasal, nose, nasal, the nose we used to feel, the nose we used to smell. So nasal vowel, what do you understand by that? Now, we have got only 2 consonants, and I repeat, only 2 consonants which bring what we call the nasal sound, nasal vowel, letter M and letter N. Letter M and letter N, of course, with the vowels, whether simple or compound. So write this. When a vowel or vowel combination when a vowel or a vowel combination, when I talk about vowel combination, I'm talking about the compound vowel. So I'm saying when a simple or a compound vowel, so when a vowel or vowel combination is followed by letter M or N, when a vowel or vowel combination is followed by letter M or N, comma, the M and N are not pronounced. The M and N are not pronounced. The M and N are not pronounced. They only serve to mark nasalization. They only serve to mark nasalization. What I've written there, you can see. They only serve to mark nasalization, full stop. I've not said they are silent. I've said they are not pronounced. They serve to mark what? Nasalization. They only serve to mark nasalization. This is the only time in French, this is the only time the vowel will lose its original sound. This is the only time the vowel loses its original sound. This is the only time the vowel loses its original sound because of letter M and letter N. Because of the M and N. I've said this is the only time the vowel loses its sound because of the M and N. Full stop. Note, NB, that is not. When there is a vowel after letter M and N, when there is a vowel after letter M and N, when there is a vowel after letter M and N, then we no longer talk about the nasal sound. Then we no longer talk about the nasal sound because the M and N are pronounced. Then we no longer talk about the nasal vowel because the M and N are not, the M and N are pronounced. So what I've said in a nutshell is this, that in any case you have a vowel plus M minus a vowel plus M or N, either of the two, a vowel plus M or N minus a vowel, then we talk about the nasal vowel. But when you have got a vowel plus M or N plus a vowel, then we no longer talk about what? The nasal vowel. So meaning that we only talk about the nasal vowel or nasal sound when you have got either a simple vowel or a compound vowel followed by letter M or N and minus a vowel, meaning that the M and N are not followed immediately with another vowel. Then we say, in that case, we talk about what? The nasal vowel. You pronounce the word from the nose, okay? Now, so consider the following letters combination, okay? Consider the following letters combination. Consider the following letters combination. Taking you back to the document. I believe you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes.
Merci. So you can see what I'm talking about, the French nasal vowel. Just, no. Now I'm starting with this. You see what I've highlighted? Can you see what I've highlighted?
Yes.
Yes. So those combination, you can see after letter G, we have AN. Okay. After letter B, we have got AN. After letter D, we have got EN. So in simple words, when you have got the combination, the letters combination, so let me start with that. When you have got the letters combination, AN, tuko pamoja? EN produce which sound? On. Are we together? AN and ON produce the same sound as on, not O. We have got O. There's a difference between O and on. O and on. The nasal, like you smell the N and the M. That's where that word nasal vowel come from. Nasal, nose. You smell the M and N. You don't say on. We don't say an. No. We say on. The two are pronounced the same. So in that case, we have got sample words. Sample words. Sample words. Waithera, can you unmute yourself and try to read that word?
France.
Come up again.
France.
Yeah, you can take some warm water to celebrate you. Okay? So we say France, not France. You get it? Remember I said the only time a vowel loses the sound is when we have to talk about what the nasal vowel. So we don't say France, we say France. The AN, after letter N, we have got letter C. It's not a vowel. So we say what? France, France, France. So if you say, for example, you can say, try read that statement. Charles?
France, je suis à Paris, en France. En France.
Come again, come up again.
France, je suis à Paris, en France. En France.
I'm interested in this EN. How did you read it?
N.
No. We have said AN is what? On. So how do you read it? Waithera?
France, je suis à Paris, and France.
Listen. Listen to me. Listen. Just mute yourself so that you can. Je suis à Paris en France. Je suis à Paris en France. The combination is simple. Anytime you have got EN, so in other words, EN is pronounced the same as EM, okay? Is pronounced the same as AM, is pronounced the same as AN, okay? So when you have a word like this, How do you do the first one?
Appartement.
I have a problem at the end.
Appartement.
Apart,
Hmm. More.
apart more. You see what I've highlighted? More. En is on, so we say more. Appartement. Apartment in French, we say what? Appartement. Next one, the next one. Whether
Socialisme.
Socialement.
more.
Social. More. Socialement.
Good.
Lentement.
Lentement. Next.
Dormant. Dormant.
Doucement. More.
Dormant.
We say doucement, okay?
Yes.
There's a song in French which says doucement, 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 vas-y, doucement. This is gently, okay? Doucement.
The CH is J.
Sorry?
The CH pronunciation, we pronounce it as J, like Jean. I've not understood that one. That's this chanter.
So we say je is I, J-E is pronounced as je. So doucement, so vas-y, doucement, vas-y, doucement. So you'll understand that when we talk about the French pronouns, okay?
Yes, and after that, doucement, after that one.
Doucement, vas-y, doucement. That one, don't worry about that. You are going to understand it as we move along. This is what we're going to talk about, okay?
I'm saying,
yes.
You repeat the pronunciation after this doucement. This chanta, that one.
On. A-N, on. I want to get A-N is always on. So we say chanter. Now, do you understand what nestle is? Nestle, you go from the nose. This is Chinese. No. Chanter. No chanter. Chanter. So I've said appartement, socialement, lentement, doucement, chanter. The last one?
Danser.
Pardon, again?
Danser.
Not da, but on.
Don.
So we can call Laudera danse avec son bébé. Okay?
Yes.
So can you read for me these words? Those three words. The first one. Charles?
Don't.
Sorry?
Don't.
Do you pronounce the N and T?
Go.
We say gone. Not go, but gone. Nestle, gone. Go. I told you when letter G and letter G for letter A and letter O, we say ga for A, go for O. So we say gone. Next one. Were there a try?
Born.
We say bon. O, not bo. There's bo. I hope you're getting it in terms of sound. We say
yes.
Bon. The next one, we smell the N. Bon. Then the last one, still were there?
Don.
Don. Good. Don. Now, the next combination, as you can see, the next combination Okay, the next combination is I. You can see all this. You can see all that. Allow me to the webcam.
Michelle, go slowly.
So I want to talk about, remember we have talked about the EN and AN, which produce the same sound as what? As on, okay? So I'm on the second combination where we have this. So you can see all those combinations. I want you to take note of that. IN, IM, YN. Remember I told you Y and I are the same, as you can see. IN, IM, YN, YM, AIN, AIM, AEN, AEM, UN, EN. So produce the sound what? That produce the sound what? Tuko pamoja? Now, just can you say Waithera? Can you say not See, that is the sound is So anytime you have got that combination, whether it is Y or the more we talk about when a vowel or a combination of vowel, because when we talk about that's not a combination of the sound is the same as So on that note, how we try to read them.
On.
Sorry?
On.
You cannot end. You're gonna try. Aki, they can't reduce the volume of because I can hear background that's a TV, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, what was it? I know it's their right. It's also your right to learn.
Thank you.
What you do, you can unaweza hama.
Okay.
Yes, so long as you will not be, you still get the access of the internet. You can you can move around and find it conducive for you to learn kindly. So Chance, you said, can you try reading this word again? So we say pain. Pain is bread. Pain. Get the sound. Pain. 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 Not pe. We say pain. The next word. Sorry?
No, sir.
So we say the first one is pain. So the same sound. So pain. Then we say vin, vin, wine, vin, vin. Not vin, not vin. We say vin. Vin, vin. The last one.
Leg.
Yes.
Leg.
Lunch,
Leg.
lunch, 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 lunch. Pain, pain, lunch. Let me now challenge you. How do you read that? Whether you are saying something.
Sage.
Sage, very good, sage. That.
Institute.
How do you read that word?
Institute.
Just have the sound in mind. Yes, I'm waiting. No, if this word is sage, how will you read it? Yes.
Industry.
We say institute. You get me? Institute. Institute. We say institute. Then the next one. Whether you will have to mute yourself.
Industry.
Industry. Then next.
Sample. Sample.
Sample. Sample. Sample. Sample. Sample. Next.
Certain.
But the E at the end is silent. So we say
Enceinte.
enceinte. So one day we say je suis enceinte. Huh?
Yes.
Je suis enceinte. Do you know what it means?
No. What does it mean?
Do research.
Okay.
The next one.
Complement.
M-E-N-T. How is it pronounced? M-E-N-T.
Okay. Complement. Okay. Can I repeat? Pardon, can I repeat?
Yes, repeat.
Complement.
Simplement, yes. Simply, that's an adverb, simply. Simplement, simply. Whether the last one?
Dauphin.
I have a problem with I-N at the
Dauphin.
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 Dolphin. Dolphin, we say, je vais à Hawaï pour nager avec un dauphin. Je vais à Hawaï pour nager avec un dauphin. How do you do that?
Low-P.
Lapin. I want to get what we said. We started where? We said singe, institut, industrie, simple, enceinte, dauphin, lapin. Okay? How do you read that?
Motel.
Where is more?
Oh God. No.
Bateau.
Atimato. Ama umesema nini? Martin. No, what Martin mean in German? Lapin, dauphin, lapin. So we say matin. You get that? Matin. Now, what's the difference between that and the next one I've written?
Martin.
Very good. And how do you read that one?
Martin.
The last one.
Martin.
What did you write about the nasal vowel? The notes I was dictating. Can someone read what you wrote?
When a vowel or a vowel combination is followed by letter M or N, the M and N are not pronounced. They only serve to mark nasalization.
This is
the only time when the vowel will make its original sound because of the letter M and N.
Anything else you wrote after that?
NB.
NB. That is where I'm interested. Note NB.
When there is a vowel of the letters M and N, then we no longer talk about the nasal sound.
We no longer talk about the nasal word, nasal sound. Proceed.
Because the M and N are pronounced a vowel, plus M and N minus a vowel is equal to nasal vowel.
So can you read this word now? I don't know whether you captured what Charles has just read, because that is very, very important. Now, when there's a vowel after letter N, when there's a vowel immediately after letter M and letter N, we no longer talk about what? The nasal sound or nasal vowel, because the N and M are pronounced when there's a vowel. So, meaning that the vowel which are already, you see here, let me bring the difference. Martin, we read that word as what? As Martin. Now, the N, I-N, there's no vowel after letter N, but the second one, or the last one, there is a vowel. So Martin, so the I has lost its sound as letter E, but here, the I, the E is going to gain its sound because there's no nasalization here. The N and the N is pronounced because there's a vowel after it. So my question is, what's the difference between how will you read the second one now, or the last one?
Martin.
Exactly, Martin. The first one is Martin. Why? The N is the final letter, there's no vowel. So we say Martin, but the last one is Martin. Doctors, are we together?
Yes.
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 Then we have the combination, the UN. UN, I also want you to add the UM. UN and UM. UN and UM produce the word like umbrella. Remember the word umbrella? You know umbrella?
Yes.
It's what? Let me bring my face so that you can read my lips. You know this language you have to connect with my lips, huh? So you can see me?
Yes.
So we say UN, UM, we say so like umbrella. So how will you read those sample words you're given there?
Bra.
Brown, very good. Next one, Dorcas.
Loan.
I've said the UN and UM is the sound word, just like the umbrella. Not
Loan. I can't hear you, you're breaking.
The first one, okay. Just you can hear me? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Whether I think your phone is having a problem, huh?
Maybe.
Not maybe, you are the one. You need to, but you can hear me. That is good if you remind me so that you also don't feel lonely. Now, I've said the UN is so we say bra. The next one, Charles, try to read it. Landi, 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 landi. Next.
Perfume. Perfume. Landi.
Perfume. Okay. Can I try again?
Yes,
Parfum.
parfum. Parfum is perfume. Let's say parfum. Parfum. So we say lundi, we say lundi, brown, we say, but what if now, what if I have a word like this? How will you do that? For just a minute. What's the difference in terms of pronunciation of those two words?
Okan. Oka.
Very good. Then the next one.
Okun.
Yeah, something like that. The first one is oka, but this now what? Is a bit slow. Then the E changes the sound. You can see the additional letter E totally changes the sound. So remember now the voice is now U. So we say but we say yun. So we say oka. Then the last one is okun. Okay? Okun. Please take note of where you wrote NB. Anytime you have got letter N and M followed by a vowel immediately, then we no longer talk of the nasal sound, nasal vowel. And I've said the only time the vowel is sound is when it comes to letter M and letter N following a vowel or a vowel combination. Finally, ON produces sound what? On. Basically, there's no much difference between this and the first one we saw. RN and EN, or EM and E, AM and RM and EM. So basically, it's more or less the same sound, okay? So the ON and OM produce sound what? On. So how will you do those sample words, the three you are given there?
Road.
Pardon?
Road.
Are you pronouncing letter D?
Road.
We say wrong. We say wrong. Next.
Oj.
Ongle. Kucha. Ongle. The last one, Wedera.
Front.
Front. Le front is the forehead. Le front. Now, do you know from where I sit? From where I sit, I can categorically say you should be in a position to read like someone who has spent his or her life in Paris. Because I've taken you through nasal vowel, I've taken you through the French alphabet. Do broadcast, you need to do something about that, okay?
Yes.
Once you do that, you should be in a position to read fluently in French, okay? Fluently. So that is, I want us to try to read what I'm going to write here. Okay, I want us to try and see where we are as far as reading is concerned. So I want to give you a break of 10 minutes. That's okay?
Yes.
Yeah, let me give you a
Yes.
10 minutes. So let us start from at what? At what time? Let's resume at 1:35 just to wind up, huh? Okay? 1:35 kindly, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. By that time mtakuwa mmejaribu ku practice this, then we just leave it at that point. Thank you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Try to read.
Bonjour,
Read the whole paragraph.
bonjour, bonjour. J'ai appelé Dorcas Mwangi. Je suis éditeur avec Zitec. Je parle anglais, de pour français, j'ai beaucoup français.
Okay. You see what I'm highlighting?
Yes.
Nasal vowel, nasal sound.
Mhm.
Après,
Yeah, we say poor. So we say, I will start from the beginning. Bonjour. This word is read as bonjour, not bonjour. Okay? Bonjour. Je m'appelle. Bonjour. Je m'appelle Dorcas Mwangi. Je m'appelle Dorcas Mwangi. Je suis anglaise. It should be anglaise, sorry, because a lady. Je suis anglaise et je suis étudiante. Étudiante. Étudie, then A-N, not étudiante. Étudiante à l'université Zipek. Je parle anglais, Kikuyu et un peu français. S, not franquais, not francais, un peu français. J'aime beaucoup français. Bonjour, je m'appelle Dorcas Mwangi, je suis anglaise et je suis étudiante à l'université Zitec. Je parle anglais, Kikuyu et un peu français. J'aime beaucoup français. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time today. I believe you learned something. Dorcas, you need to get to the portal, try to listen to the lesson which we had last week. Should you have any challenge, feel free to reach me. Without much ado, I beg to end there, please, and I hope you learned something.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, so Please make sure you stay safe. Make sure you take care of yourself. It is important because Ijanga, it is you and I to fight it. And we want to get our life back as it was before. And for us to achieve that, it is an individual responsibility. I always tell students, because I love advising young people, change begins with you and I. You cannot expect change from somewhere else if that change does not begin with you. So thank you so much. Take care of yourself.